Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing the characters and the roles that each character play in the novel Devil on the Cross by Ngugi and Thiong'o. In our previous lecture, we discussed extensively the plot of the novel as well as the background of the novel. And we learned that the novel was first written in Gukoyi language and translated to English language. Please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so that you get notified when the video on the themes in the novel is uploaded. We are going to start with the character Jacinta Waringa. Jacinta Waringa is the protagonist of the novel and also is a young girl, hope to become an engineer, but her involvement with the rich old man from Ngurika caused her to get pregnant with a daughter, Wambuyi. The daughter was named Wambuyi. And Waringa then dropped out of school, leaving her baby with her parents in order to pursue secretariat work. So when this does not work out due to the predatory behavior of her boss, however, Waringa decides to return to her home in Umarog and see her parents. On the way, she encounters other characters such as Robin Mwaura, Muturi, Wangari, Gaturia, Uwiweri Wamukia. These are some of the characters that she met while going to Umarog. And all, like especially Wariga Umambre, has tale of neo-colonial Kenya and how it affected the people. So on their way, Jacinta constantly resists the temptation to give in to corruption and the exploitative nature of sugar relationship. However, she grows steadily as a person after making up with Gaturia, once a victim who sought to end her life. So by the end of the novel, we saw that Waringa has become a stereotype dispelling mechanic who embraces her blackness, her past, and her Marxist sensibility. So this sensibility runs so deep and so passionate that when confronted with the truth that Gaturia's father is the rich old man from Ngorika, she kisses the old man. She kissed the old man. She kissed the old man and runs away, sacrificing her own comfort and marital bliss for her Marxist ideology and in the name of freeing Kenya from robbers and those who claim to be business people. However, they were only concentrating and concerning about robbing fellow Kenyans. Then another character in the novel is the Devil's Feast guest. We have a lot of guests in the Devil's Feast. So at the Devil's Feast, Waringa is made to sit and listen to lengthy speeches during which the various guests all stand and explain why they are eligible to celebrate with foreign extortionists and how they intend to enslave the black race even more to white colonizers in service of making more money for a selected few naive Africans. So they are guilty of exploitative business practices, dehumanizing schemes, and betraying the loyalty of their clans and race just to please the colonizers or the former colonizers. So even so, they freely tell their stories at the party, bragging about their ease of making money through betrayal and framing it as a progression towards modernity. So you could see the calamity in the novel and in the life of the characters, especially those guests in the Devil's Feast, bragging how they exploit other Kenyans and how they have impoverished their people in attempt to get themselves wealthy. So Waringa is torn by what they say. But even more importantly, each of the guests is described using grotesque language, which blend the real and the fantastical, and also draw parallel between these guests and orgies and monsters in the Ngugi legend and folktales. So why Ngugi have a lot of folktales that talks about beasts, monsters? Waringa even wonder whether the businessmen in the Devil's Feast, how they are even different from those monsters in their fairy tales, in their folktales. So it was really an eyesore and at the same time an eye-opening event for the people, especially Waringa and some other characters that are being downtrodden, exploited by the rich. So another character is Robin Mwaura. In fact, Mwaura is the driver of the Matatu bus that took the people to the to Umorog and to the Devil's Feast in Umorog. So Mwaura is a very stingy and greedy person, driving an old and rundown Matatu bus, while at the same time constantly doing everything he can to earn additional money on the side. And it is illegal. He was trying to make additional money. So throughout the novel, Mwaura espouses a very unsettling white-based value system and also expresses his discontent with the communist leanings of Muturi and Wangari. However, he swears that he has no allegiance to either God or to the devil. So he claimed that he simply works in service of whomever pays more, either devil or God or human being. So by the end of the novel, however, Mwaura is exposed as a former mercenary working for the neo-colonial bourgeoisie, someone who will not hesitate to kill anyone if it means that he will receive a paycheck in return, if he will get money. And you could see such kind of desperation. In fact, Mwaura is hired to kill Umwewriwa Mukiria, and he succeeded in doing so through a car accident that does not take his own life. And then he killed Mukirai. Even so, despite Mwaura's evil heart and clear interest in exploiting others, he is laughed off the stage at the Devil's Feast for the relatively small scale of his operation of theft and robbery, because his robbery is not as colossal and gargantuan as others. So he just earned a little, while others have made a lot of money exploiting fellow Kenyans. So another character is Monty, and Monty is seen as the savior figure in the novel. Monty is a mysterious figure who finds Jacinta and stops Jacinta from killing herself. When Jacinta was planning to kill herself because of her situation, because she was so frustrated getting pregnant for the rich old man from Ugorika, giving birth to the child, trying to do a secretarial work, and was not able to return to school and was not even able to be successful in the secretarial work. So when Jacinta Waringa decided to kill herself, it was Monty who encountered her and at the same time encouraged her not to kill herself and invited her to the Devil's Feast. Even at the point of going to the Devil's Feast, Jacinta was still hoping that probably she could commit suicide. But when she met other characters in the bus, in the Mutatu bus, going to Umorog, she felt relief by the discussion among the characters, and she attended the Devil's Feast. Okay? Another character is Muturi. Muturi is a hard-working builder. Muturi is the representative of the working class in the novel. He used to work for the same company as Waringa. But when wages stagnated, poor wages, poor salary, Muturi left his job to journey to Umarok, and throughout the novel, one gets the sense that he is unnaturally interested in the devilish work of the Umarok thieves and robbers. And it is eventually revealed that he works for a secret organization of workers, one whose goal is to banish neo-colonial thieves, put power back in the hand of the people, reject globalist modernity, and restore Mau Mau era nationalist fervor to the country of Kenya. So after hearing some speeches at the Devil's Feast, Muturi goes to lead a revolt of the people against the business tycoons of Umarok who have exploited the people. But something happened. He is eventually arrested by the same police he called to come and arrest the thieves. So because of the influence of the thief, they were able to manipulate and bribe the police. So the police arrested Muturi instead of arresting the thief. So though he is freed at his trial, he is soon taken into custody again by the corrupt government. So late in the novel, it is revealed that Muturi saved Waringa's life not once but twice. Once as a security guard that prevented her from drowning herself in a school pool, and again as a Samaritan who saved her from drowning herself in front of a train, from throwing herself in front of a train. So you could see how Muturi played a major role in the life of Jacinta, and how even though he wanted to do good thing for the people, he was arrested and detained and punished by the government because he attempted to stop the thieves who are the fulcrum and the backbone, the hallmark of the government. They are the one in the government, the thieves. So another character is the rich old man from Ugorika. The rich old man is an exploitative sugar daddy who is introduced to Waringa by her uncle. And the uncle hoped to earn money and social status in return for her innocence and body. So the old man initially was nice to Waringa, and Waringa loses sight of her personal goals as the rich old man lavishes her with money, present, and attention in exchange for sex. However, once Waringa becomes pregnant with his child, he soars and abandons her to her cruel fate, never seeing Waringa again, or so she think until Waringa arrive his house. He never think of Waringa again. When Waringa arrived his house, when Waringa was betrothed to Gaturia, who is the son of the old rich man, and the rich old man propositions Waringa and tried to pressure her to leave his son, because Gaturia the son never knew that the father once dated Waringa. So, but in return, Waringa draws a pistol and kills the rich old man, because the old man was pressuring her to leave the son before the secret would be out of the bag. But he killed the old man because the old man is a symbol of corruption of the bourgeoisie class and the neo-colonial exploitation in Kenya. So after killing the old man, he left Gaturia, who is the one that she was betrothed to, and then she left, hoping that at least she has achieved something by killing the rich old man, so that the rich old man will not exploit other Kenyans just the way he exploited her. So the rich old man died, and Gaturia the son was so surprised, dumbfounded, could not even know what to do, which side to take, either the side of the dead father or the side of Waringa Jacinta, the betrothed lady to him. Then we have other characters in the novel. We have Wangari, and Wangari is a peasant woman and a kind of counterpart to Muturi. So as a young woman, Wangari participated in Mau Mau and fought for the independence of Kenya. As a result, she is deeply shocked in the present to find that the same exploitative condition exists in Kenya as before the Mau Mau uprising. So she is particularly disgusted by the fact that certain black people will work with foreigners in the exclusion and exploitation of their own kind. So Waringa admires Wangari greatly, but Wangari suffers an ultimately similar fate to Muturi, to be arrested and freed, only to be arrested once again. So during the novel, we saw that Wangari travels to Umarog with the others in order to report the thieves and robbers there to the police of Nairobi. But she is double-crossed by the police in the end, who work in reality for the very tycoons, because the police were like servant of the thieves. So Wangari also was still arrested despite her sincerity. Another character is Gaturia. Gaturia is a musician and a professor from the university in Nairobi. He was seeking to write a composition that embodies the national history of Kenya. He learns folklore from a storyteller, but is unsure whether he believes in the literal and the material manifestation of devil, such as demon, that occur in the stories, in the folktales. So he is reluctant as an educated, petite bourgeois to take side with either the communist worker or the capitalist bourgeoisie throughout the novel. It was somehow like sitting on the fence. But by the end of the novel, he has taken up with Waringa, becoming inspired to write his music by the horror he sees at the devil's feast, and at least nominally accept the truth of the Marxist worldview and history of Kenya. So at the same time, Gaturia's father is secretly a rich old man. So you could see the complexity in the character life. Gaturia, hoping to go with the masses, and never knew that the father was one of the exploiter of the people. Then another character in the novel is Boss Kihara. Boss Kihara is the boss of both Waringa and Muturi, and he is responsible for both of them getting fired, sacked from their work. So he is a representative of corruption in modern Kenya, both of the piggishness and lasciviousness of rich men and of the avarice of the wealthy business people that hire and fire at will, and also exploiting the people. Because Waringa did not accept to have sexual affair with the boss Kihara sacked her. And he also sacked Muturi because Muturi demanded for a higher wage. So you could see how exploitative the rich and the business owners in the post-independent Kenyan society are to the masses. Very wicked to the masses. So in our subsequent video, we are still going to be discussing some of the characters that are not here, and then the major themes in the novel. And also in another video which will be uploaded again, we will still be discussing the narrative point of view and other literary devices used in the novel. Have a great day. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you and have a good day.